This is EBRO, the one named EBRO from Hot97, right? And I was checking out this clip right here on Empire. Now on his hat, it's interesting because my Arabic is a little bit rusty, but I think it says al-mizan, right? We'll catch another angle of it. Al-mizan, al-asud, al-mizan, al-asud. All right. Now his name is EBRO. Now being a Hebrew and knowing about our Igbo people, right, who we are, the once lost but now found black sheep of the house of Israel, I know that the name EBRO is another way of saying Hebrew. Right? Hebrew, Igbo. You also have Igbo, Igbo, the Igbos, the Ebos, the Igbos, and even when they brought our people over here to the West, they called them the Hebrews, and we done that in another video, and other Achim or Ach, other brothers have also touched on that as well in their videos. Other Hebrew Israelite, black Hebrew Israelites have also touched on that as well. So we are the Hebrews or the EBROs, right? But his name is EBRO. That's his name, and you can have that as a name. And down here, you'll see it over here. Let's see if we can. Got a lot of the white balance here. So you can see it right there. Okay, you can see a little bit more. It's a little blur, right? And these are the hosts for this Hot97 show right here. Okay, this is a quick video, but I wanted to document it, right? I want to document it. So let's document it. So here he is interviewing one of the guys from Empire, right? So let's play a little portion of this. Okay. Okay, so when we back it up.
Off the air, we were talking about how you ran. He's giving Laura Stout. What's his eyes he's giving you, Laura Stout? Trying to holler at you.
Okay, here's.
Like he was my son. So it's like loyalty. Oh, trust me, we know. I'll be on the road.
Okay, he's talking about his dog. He's talking about his dog. But I was observing also got a lot of white balance here. Let me see if I can hook this up. Okay, here we go.
Hakeem is here from Empire, and he's giving Laura Stout. What's his eyes he's giving you, Laura Stout? Trying to holler at you.
Not giving me any kind of eyes. He just said I love you. Mixed with something that I'm really interested in.
Okay.
Mixed with something.
Talk about chase me.
It's your shit.
What is it?
I'm not. I'm Hispanic.
Okay, pause. You heard what she said right there? I heard what she said. And here's why I want to bring up something that I've talked about privily, but I want to bring this up a little more publicly. So some of y'all who we talked about this, well, here we go. Here we go. It's talking about the Hispanic and the Hispanic Arab or the Hispanic so-called Middle Eastern matrix. Have you noticed that? When I look at blacks and Hispanics over here in the West, it reminds me of, blacks or so-called blacks and Africans, so-called African, I say so-called Africans, right? Or the Ethiopic peoples, the Afro-Shemitic people, and the so-called modern Arab people, the modern so-called Middle Eastern so-called Arab people, or the latter-day Arab people, because the ancient Arab people were black peoples, right? The real Arab people were black peoples. And that's a whole historical, very interesting historical study right there, but it's a little beyond the scope right here. So here I want to speak on this particular clip here. And it was so interesting because I was observing it again because I was spending some time looking at EBRO's cap, right? His cap and the Arabic. Now my Arabic was a little bit rusty. So let's see if we can bring it back right here. Okay, here we got. Let's see if we can set this up right here again. Okay, I got to get the next controller. You can see that. I'm pressing all these buttons right here, and I got a little bit of fuzz. Right, a little bit of fuzz right here. Let's see if we can bring this around. Again, I might have to do this in a part 2. All right. a part 2. But like I said, I just wanted to document this. I don't know if I will even put this up there just yet, but this is for my own notes. And I think I might put this up there if I can just get the picture back around to its proper setting. And then play the clip. So in playing the clip, there was something very interesting that was said in this particular clip right here. Let's see if we can get this around to, these TVs here. This TV right here. Get it back to the clear playing and no signal there. I think I'm looking for the composite. You got the composite, click over here. But now she said something very interesting. I think it's Laura. Can you get that clear for me? Okay. Like I said, this is a quick something, but oh, great. Which button did you press? Okay, I was pressing that button, but anyway, I thought I was pressing that button. But now check this out right here. Check this scene out right here. I said that this whole scene basically began, or this whole inspiration, or the prompting of this particular vid, all began from, let's play this right here. Okay, he's
something that I'm really interested in.
Talk about chase music.
What is it?
You see what you're saying?
No, I got him about 6 months ago.
Okay, he's talking about a puppy.
Add that he's a amazing
spirit. He's a great artist. He's a great artist.
Yeah.
I wanted to know.
Puppy.
I'm a girl.
Oh, it's a girl, you know? No,
Girl,
Jamal.
like
Yo,
that.
what do you mean, furry gentleman? It's a little dog. Oh, because I was gonna say Jamal's the gay one on the show. I didn't know.
Oh, man, Jamal,
That's cool though.
Jamal's the amazing, spirit on the show.
And you're not allowed to say that the character's gay. Say Jamal's the gay one on the show. I didn't know.
Oh, man, Jamal,
That's cool though.
Jamal's the amazing.
Okay, here we go. Here we go
I
right
was
here.
less fortunate, so I grew up from Philly. I grew up from the hood.
So you're gonna rap about your struggles?
No, but I'm gonna talk about some different topics.
Wait a minute. You just had a man in here sponging your hair to make it.
Okay, stop. So it began because I was looking at his cap, his Arabic cap. And I said, what is he, Al Qaeda or something like that? I mean, what's going on here? Is this ISIS, ISIL or something like that? So I was looking at his cap right there. And my Arabic was a little bit rusty. Used to be more fluent, thanks to my pops. God bless it. So anyway, so I was looking at his cap right there, and I was trying to read it. Right? So my Arabic was a little rusty, but I was picking up on something. I said, well, I knew it wasn't Allah, nothing. It wasn't one of the Shahada kind of things where the bombers and stuff like that, the suiciders, Mujahideen. It wasn't a Mujahideen so much, but it was kind of interesting. Then I noticed this down here, paradise. Paradise, like para, pyra, fire, and dice, like gambling. Okay. So I was looking at this for a moment. And then also his name. His name is EBRO, right? EBRO. And EBRO is, Hebrews, another way of saying Hebrew is saying EBRO. We have the Igbos and the Ebos, so forth and so on. But this is his name. All right. So let's let that slide for a moment. So let's play this clip right here. But then I was noticing the Hispanic Arab matrix, right? The Hispanic Arab matrix, almost like a mirror image of the other side of the world is over here. And so we'll say also the blacks and Hispanics and those of Negro descent, so forth and so on, as the lost sheep of the house of Israel, right? Okay. So let's play this clip right here. Let's see if we can play this.